What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome to my Let's Play of Resident Evil 0. This is the beginning of a retrospective of all the Resident Evil games. I will be playing through the main story ones, but for now, let's go to the beginning of the story, where it all started. As far as you know if you played Resident Evil 1. So, let's get started.
Resident Evil
0.
A Midwestern town in America, Raccoon City. A solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the International Enterprise umbrella was somehow involved, little is known as to the origin of this faceless corporation. When was it established? By whom? And how was the T-virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
Leave it up to me.
Really?
Do you think so too?
Yeah.
Do about it.
Should hold off for a while.
But I wonder how those R&D people would react to this.
Began as a simple investigation of some bizarre murders in the suburbs of Raccoon City. Nothing in our training could ever have prepared us for the nightmare that ensued. We never stood a chance.
What's going on? Engine failure! Emergency landing!
Check the current position and investigate the surrounding area.
Captain, look! Captain!
What happened?
Court order for transportation. Prisoner Billy Cohen, ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoners to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers. They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and escaped.
All right, everyone, let's separate and survey the area. Our friend is brutal and ruthless. Keep your guard up.
A train?
Welcome to the world of Resident Evil, where plot convenience holds dear. Now, if you have never played a Resident Evil game, well, this is going to be a rude awakening for you. These are called tank controls. Basically, if you want your character to move forward, you have to move them forward. Here's your basic inventory screen. You can examine every item you pick up, and every character that you play with in this game, only this game, can carry 6 items. Each character has a specific item. Rebecca has a special medicinal pack. She's able to mix herbs. Here's your map. Since we've only been in one room, don't worry, it'll expand. There's also a shortcut for the map. If you press the Z button, you can look at it. And here is the files. Any written document that you might pick up, you can always look at it again. Most of the documents will have clues to later puzzles, so be sure to check those out if you ever get stuck. Alright, so like I said, tank controls. If you want her to move forward, you have to press up on the control stick. It gets really weird, and a lot of people can't adapt to it, because normally if you want to go up, you press up. But no, you have to press forward in order to go forward. And say hello to the lovely loading screens. Blanketing time. They'll never know we have to load.
This is Officer Chambers from STARS Bravo team. Please identify yourself. Is someone there?
The government has announced that it has set out to help our department. But as of 2 years ago, when a similar plan was set up, the local government stepped in and took over.
Zombies! They're everywhere now! Holding down right trigger, you can pull up your gun, A to fire. And as you saw, I completely flipped around out of nowhere. If you're holding down the right trigger and press L, you'll switch to a new target. Definitely helps.
What just happened? I thought they were dead.
Get used to seeing zombies and really strange lines like that. Something you might want to get used to is going into your inventory screen and combining the bullets with your gun. It's faster than waiting for her to reload it. And by the way, for those who have played Resident Evil 4, there is no auto reload button. You have to combine the bullets with the gun, or wait until her clip is gone and she'll automatically reload it. The old days. Back when we didn't have an auto reload button. I just love how this game looks. For GameCube graphics, this looks really good. For those who picked up the GameCube version, there is no difference between this and the Wii version. You know what the difference is? The Wii version probably cost less. And that's about it. July 14th. Orders came from the boss today. Looks like we're in charge of investigating the remains of the Arklay Mountains laboratory. We're moving in 2 groups. With us in the initial group, assigned to start checking what's left of the abandoned experiment. July 16th. Unfortunately, the type production of BOW Type Y-139 had to be suspended because of this investigation. It's the same with Type Y-139. There's still so much we don't know about the response to the crustacean T-virus. There's a lot of interesting research left. Depending on the species and nurturing conditions, only minute doses of T bring about remarkable changes in the solidity, size, multiplication of internal toxins, and brain development. If these effects can be controlled, a powerful weapon could be produced. But the sudden development of the shell results in a corresponding fragility. Certain areas become exceedingly weak. Problematically, one of these areas is the head carapace. This lab we are going to, were they pursuing the same research? It would certainly help to find data and samples that would help in our research. June 19th. The day is finally approaching. I'm growing more anxious. The Raccoon City newspapers and TV stations are full of reports about the bizarre murders in the suburbs. It can't be the virus, can it? If it is. No, I can't think of that now. I have to concentrate on the investigation and make sure it goes smoothly. I won't be reading all the audio logs, just the ones that help the story move along and any puzzle-specific items, just so you know what's going on. Poor dude. Now, the Resident Evil games that look as realistic as this one, the ones with the realistic backgrounds, but you know your character's moving and you know other enemies are moving, there is always background stuff. you have to check everything so you can find hidden items like this. This is an ink ribbon. I'll be getting to that in just a few seconds, but be sure to check anything that looks suspicious for hidden items, because chances are there is one hiding there. Capcom wants to see if you love collecting loot. Now, in here is a specific room with a specific song, and you will love hearing it. Every time you hear this music, you know you're in a safe room, and a save room. No enemies will be here. There will only be a typewriter, which you can use the ink ribbons in. See, it all ties together. Ink ribbons are your method of saving. 8 miles north of Raccoon City in the Arclay Mountains lies our company's management training facility. It was shut down years ago. Now it's conducting a preliminary into the reopening of the facilities. First investigation unit is already on site. An opening investigate. I want your team to provide support. The following orders are William Buck and first investigate unit. The rest is torn and unreadable. Well, seems somebody was working towards this, or they knew something was up. Here we have a green herb. Herbs are the main healing items of the entire series. Green herbs will heal one status condition. Like right now we're on fine, but let's say we were on yellow caution. That would heal us back up to fine. Now here I'm going to save, and this is what I think makes Resident Evil not true survival horror, but it definitely adds to it. With the limited number of ink ribbons, this means you have a limited amount to save. Yes, you can be screwed out of saving your game if you save too often. It kind of punishes you for being a pansy. So I like that. I love survival horror games, and Resident Evil is one of my favorites. Until it started evolving. But we'll get to that later. Go through here. What is in this door? Nothing! The entire train looks like it's locked. But, ooh! Every time you see something shiny, you must pick it up. Yes, shiny. A train key. Amazing. Now, what does it do?
Billy. Lieutenant Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
You're the prisoner that was being transferred for execution. You were with those soldiers outside.
Oh, I see. You're with stars. Well, no offense, honey, but your kind doesn't seem to want me around, so I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could shoot, you know. Edward! Are you alright? What happened?
It's worse than... We can't. You must be careful, Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
Zombie dogs. Another staple of the series. Basically, they're just as annoying as real dogs. I'm sorry, dog lovers. You have to wait for them to be on level ground. If they're far away, be sure to shoot far away, and there you go. Down with the dogs. I'm always a cat person. Of course, all Let's Players are cat people. Actually, I have never checked Edward's body of all the times I've played this. Really? He had handgun bullets this entire time. Of all the times I've played through Resident Evil 0, I never knew he had handgun bullets. See, this is what I mean by having to check everything. Like the key, which goes to the dining car. So we have to go all the way to the other side of the train. which means fighting through a bunch of cars full of zombies. Too bad it's not over the shoulder. That would make this so much easier. But going back in the old days of Resident Evil, back when it was fun. Now, zombies will actually make specific sounds, like that sound that they make. That's when you know they're dead. You can also tell by that pool of blood that shows up when they're on the ground. When they basically make a moan on the ground or falling to the ground, you know they're dead. And I actually want to check this. Aw, you don't get to learn that man's story? That would have been interesting. Oh well. I want to know what you guys think of this, because this is really good for GameCube standards.
This is Rebecca. Over. Enrico! Hello! Can you read me? Please respond.
Rebecca, I can hear you. Now listen up. We've obtained detailed information on the fugitive from a document found in the wrecked wagon. Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people. Over.
23 people.
We have also confirmed that he was institutionalized, so keep your guard up. Can you hear me, Rebecca? Over. Stay alert, Rebecca. He wouldn't think twice before killing you.
Enrico! Captain! Hello? Hello!
Seems Billy is a bad dude. Oh man, look at how good this looks. Oh, another zombie. I don't want to worry about it right now. Now, here's something new to Resident Evil. If you don't need something, and you've used it all, you can just throw it away. Never have to deal with it again. So handy.
It's gonna be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out of here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?